Greetings, everyone. This is the Hipster Snek, joined today by my good buddy, Dietaku.
Do you ever think that Charles Darwin stays in the Galapagos Islands because he too fears what Japan is doing with evolution?
You ever think that nature is the real horror show? Because yeah, for the Halloween block, we're playing Pikmin.
You know, if you think about it, humanity is merely just, the greatest killers out of all of nature. So if anything, we are the weakest.
I mean, that could be true. But nature is also full of terrifying stuff that wants you dead on sight. So I argue that nature is the bigger threat, really. It has like exploding trees and plants that kill you on contact. And they say nothing of things like box jellyfish, or the jellyfantulas of Upu Land.
I saw a thing where people were trying to explain how, they were trying to explain the logistics of cat girls.
Well, of course.
And they're like, well, cat girls would always, want to go after mice. And then an actual, veterinary biologist had to come in and be like, actually, guys, the only reason why house cats go after mice is because they're literally 7 pounds. If you actually scaled up a house cat and gave it commensurate abilities in terms of its ability to leap and its strength and its spatial capacities, along with human intelligence and the ability to wield tools, a cat girl could feasibly and probably quite rightly look at a T-Rex and go, yes, I'm going to kill that and eat it, and she probably would.
Fair. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, a skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then, no, better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. So, yeah, there's our beloved ship smashed to bits. We're marooned on the weird Alamau planet, with no previous documentation about what lives here.
Okay, so question. Should they ever go into what gas he actually does breathe? Because he clearly breathes something. He has a bubble helmet.
Yes, but no. Also, I'm going to make one small addition before we go in. We have stumbled upon our first discovery.
This is a Dietaku ASMR.
Something I bet people would pay good money for a Dietaku ASMR. Strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it was waiting for me, and then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion, too. So now the camera zooms out at long last, and we get our first glimpse at the little red seed that has appeared.
So that tripod is the onion, and
Yes.
not a Martian war machine?
Correct. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light, and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it. Yes, we are playing the GameCube version of the game, as that is the version of the game I am most familiar with. There was a re-release on the Wii and a re-release on the Switch. Extraordinary.
Olimar, I'm just saying, most creatures that sway around and produce motion want you to approach them, and not because they want to give you hugs and kisses.
Oh, they'll give you hugs and kisses of a stripe, all right. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C and X as well. The following controls appear to allow me several viewpoints.
Brand carrots. There are branding of carrots. That is such a East Asian thing.
I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. We do, because the camera likes to zoom in really, really, really uncomfortably close. Now there are...
It's an RTS game, don't you need to see all the details?
I mean, there's that, and there is a common speedrunner strat associated with that. Because... I'm not joking, by the way. That's a real thing. What ends up happening is the game only calculates what the camera can see. So if you put enemies out of sight, it actually disables their AI, and the game basically acts as if they don't exist. And people will use that to skip certain mini-bosses. Astonishing. The red onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet of Pikmin harvested from the flower continues...
It runs on the mother solopolism of, like, oh no, there's an enemy. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn back. Oh, they're gone now because they no longer exist because I couldn't see them.
Yes, exactly. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested cutting down a flower appears some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study the strange life form more. Yeah, we're gonna use our little buddy here to gather up these red pellets. And now we have a small team of Pikmin. And yeah, Olimar is just like basically a space truck driver. But he also ends up becoming a amateur biologist and taxonomist. I actually saw a video not too long ago where an actual animal taxonomist was like talking and critiquing the Piclopedia from Pikmin 4. And he was like, yeah, there's technically some flaws in here, but whoever did this did a really good job. And they're like, in canon, it was written by a guy with no formal education to speak of who's a truck driver. And they're like, for a truck driver, he's an amazing taxonomist.
Well, everybody has their hobbies,
Oh yeah, no, Olimar has quite a few. He's a botanist, a biologist, a taxonomist, a little bit of an engineer, as we understand it. Hey, grab that thing. What are you guys doing? Get with the program.
Well, if he's the equivalent of a space trucker, I'm sure that's just, by nature of necessity.
No, in many cases, yes. Come on. Yeah, in Pikmin
the last one, not really. I was going to say the last one, not really. It's like, oh, yes, since I'm a space trucker, of course I need to be able to, to quantify, unknown alien life forms. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, he probably doesn't need that so much as he just really likes it, because, a grown man has to have hobbies. Also interesting among Nintendo protagonists is Olimar has a wife and 2 kids. They're all alive.
Wow.
Yep. We'll actually receive letters from them in Pikmin 2.
I can hear the Olimar x Samus Smash Brothers and seething and mauling.
So Samus isn't a short, guys. I mean, really short. Olimar is about the height of a quarter stood on its side.
Yeah, I was about to say, and Samus is like, she is actually kind of huge as humans go.
Yeah. So now we learn a new feature of the Pikmin, is that they are very, very cooperative in nature. They will share tasks together. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. And this is just a quick overview of the tutorial, which we don't need because I have beaten this game more times than I care to count.
That begs the question, why aren't there other... Pikmin are native to this planet, right?
Correct.
Why aren't there other Pikmin controllers? Is that a thing that you ever encounter?
That is, in Pikmin 4, actually. In Pikmin 2, you'll be given a second captain, and Pikmin 3 has 3 captains that you can swap between.
No. I think you misunderstand. I'm not referring to the other captains that you utilize, I'm referring to in the broad system, the scheme of the ecosystem. It is very clear that Pikmin are basically designed to act as like kind of like workers for some major intelligence. So why aren't there like Pikmin queens that you will encounter or something?
Well, not Pikmin queens, but we will encounter similar other hive creatures. We will also encounter creatures that can completely screw with Pikmin's basic instincts and make them into obedient task followers. But we'll get into that. Amazing, there's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Yes, fate has smiled upon you this day, Olimar. You got Barghest in your first gacha roll. Olimar is a man of quality, you see.
Now, Samus, you need to put on the giant set of fetish armor. This is very important.
This is vital to the story.
Are you sure? Yes.
Alright, come here, you little munchkins.
Okay, so according to this, I need to say I am going to pierce you with my... what? Pierce you with my seething horn. Oh, baby.
Bueno.
In the immortal words of so-and-so, I'm hesitant.
Now, an interesting thing to note is you might have noticed that the one pellet generates 2 Pikmin. That is because they are color-coded. If a red onion absorbs a red pellet, you actually get additional Pikmin seeds from them.
Oh, okay.
When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Basically, if they're idling, they kind of white out a little bit, and this is also going to be really important, especially for a particular mechanic that's going to involve our second color of Pikmin that we'll get shortly. Oops. Anyway, with this, we now have 25 Pikmin. Now, Pikmin was also a little bit of a tech demo after a sense, as it could show that the GameCube could handle up to 100 little AI creatures running around all at the same time. Now, mind you, they weren't, like, sophisticated AIs, but they were different, and there could be lots of different types of personalities. In fact, in a group of 100, you're probably liable to see some that are a bit sharp, and some that are quite, not so sharp. And they will do things like trip over their own 2 feet or fall off of ledges, whereas the average Pikmin is indeed average in all respects and decently/competently follow orders. From a technical standpoint, it's quite impressive.
I can just see, Sega, just kind of harumping in the corner being like, yeah, well, I did it first and it was better and cooler, and it's still Eldritch. No one understands how it works because no one understands how Nights into Dreams works. Not even I understand how Nights into Dreams works.
We're pretty sure our guys who were working on that were actually asleep while coding, and they just woke up and it worked. Even they can't explain it.
We think it was the coding game gnomes.
Code gnomes, yes. Oh, glorious! With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. Yes, we have 30 days to recover 30 parts, but the first day ends automatically upon getting the engine. Not that there's anything else to do at this point. I'm not going to be speedrunning. I'm not going to be doing any particular challenge runs. There's enough guys on YouTube who are way better at this game than I am. And frankly, I'm just out of practice, so our goal is to get all 30 ship parts and depart the planet with the best ending. The tripod flies off to find its next victims. 1 day since impact.
Babe.
I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems it will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotate. Analysis shows life-supporting systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow.
Isn't, Olimar is supposed to be like the size of a quarter, right?
Correct, and the Pikmin are smaller than that. So, there's nothing left to do on the impact site, so we are going straight to the Forest of Hope. But really, this is where the game actually starts, really.
You know, for all the, this is, cherished childhood property, but it's secretly dark and edgy. You could easily do that in Pikmin, and yet I've never seen it done.
Yeah, missed opportunity, right? My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on the strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I should call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light and press A. Blinded by the light.
Did I ever tell you about, my family's...
your misheard lyrics version of the same.
Actually, no. This is actually when I moved over to Pugumland.
Ah, alright.
Away from where you and I, met in Steckburg.
Right.
When I moved over to Pugumland, we had to go across the great, continent, and it took a fair bit. So basically, in order to keep the younger Pugum siblings in line, Pugum Dad would do trivia, because this is in the olden days before it wireless streaming was really a thing.
Right.
Be the opiate of the masses.
Right.
And so one of their things was they argued up and down that about the actual lyrics of "Blinded by the Light." If it was revved up like a deuce or revved up like a douchin. And it took my dad actually looking it up on Wi-Fi, which was relatively new at that point, to determine whether or not it was, what it was.
Right.
And to, So, yeah, it's that, and also The Last Starfighter. Because we couldn't tell whether or not The Last Starfighter was one word or two words. Apparently it's one word.
Alright, fair enough.
So it counts as 3 words. The Last Starfighter. Yes.
Fair.
Probably a way of getting around, George Lucas being like, yes, I'm, you can't say lightsaber because, it's trademarked.
So, we have our first predatory animal. This is a dwarf bulborb. He will attempt to eat Pikmin, but we have a way of thwarting him, which is smashing him like a bug.
You just go up to him and slap him.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what we just did. Stop that, you.
Stop it!
Best thing to do is just smash him. Smash him like a bug. So, now, let us expand our numbers rapidly. We need all the help we can get. And my cat attacking my controller cable is not doing me any favors. Alright, so, Pikmin go through stages in life.
He's trying to help.
Yeah, I know he is. He wants to help. He wants to see Olimar make it safely back to his wife and kids.
He's a helper.
He is. I love him, but he's a little dim sometimes. So.
Well, he's friendly. He's not, intelligent.
That's right, we picked him for charisma, not for intelligence. Now, Pikmin go through little various life phases, indicated by the little plant on their head. Leaf Pikmin are the slowest and the most immature, whereas Flower Pikmin are the most mature and move at the highest speed. This is a way of easily designating which Pikmin are going to be the most efficient for tasks, and will help you multitask if you bear it in mind. I am not great at multitasking, so you guys will see that firsthand.
Oh, you're clearly not going to be Baby Poogan's friend, then.
I know, I'm not efficient enough. No, come on, I definitely landed on you, stupid Bulborbs. Alright, we got him, though, no problem. Collect the bodies, guys, come on. We got a crime scene to clean up. Okay, how many does this take? It's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. How many does this take? 40. Alright, you guys wait here, I'll be right back.
So it's a nuclear engine, then?
Ah, basically, yes. The silver bullet of energy consumption, yes. Alright. Reds are kind of going to be our go-to for combat, and since combat can be a little dangerous, we're going to want a lot of them. Please don't wake him up. Thank you. So you guys are going really close and cutting corners. Oops, I almost forgot this one. I think we can make that. Yeah. Great. There we go.
Pikmin motto: live fast, die young. Wonder what happened.
Wonder what happened after the fact. Now, if you're wondering, what happens if Snek did something stupid and got every single Pikmin of a particular color killed? Well, the game is not without mercy, as if a Pikmin extinction event happens, the next day the onion of that color will spit out one seed for that colored Pikmin, so you can never 100% run out of the one Pikmin forever. It just won't happen.
Honestly, the way that Pikmin are, like, almost seemingly custom-made to be so useful is giving me some serious Terraform Mars vibes. They seem like they seem like an engineered organism.
They kind of do. Olimar never comes to that conclusion himself, but honestly, I don't think it's an unreasonable thing to guess. So now we have a real challenge. By real challenge, I mean I'm going to sneak up on this guy and be a sneaky little, underhanded SOB.
I was about to say, I know that guy. He shows up in the Pikmin stage in Smash Brothers every so often.
Correct. So, now let's get the ship part, since we're here anyway. You guys are not going to be seeing, Dandori at its finest. You're going to see brute force efficiency. That's more my speed. And you guys can just get started over here. Don't die of boredom in the meantime.
Dandori?
Dandori is a Japanese term which is the art form of doing tasks quickly, efficiently, and cleanly. It is a word that is used very often in Pikmin 4 in particular, and has been adopted by the fandom to mean the same across the series. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. It's best for me to review my monitor's data. Again, tutorial, we don't need any of this because I already know all of that. So we're just going to skip ahead. Sorry, Olimar, but I know what I'm doing. You may have only come to this planet for the first time, but I've been here before. I know that's not how time works. Don't worry about it.
Pikmin never changes.
Technically a true statement, actually. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. 2 of 30
Yay,
points.
murder!
I can find 3 more. I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. And because we killed a local predator, we also get to reap the rewards of harvesting his body to further our numbers. I know there's some people screaming at their screens right now. Snek, but you're using it. Shut up. I don't care. I'm using it how I find it efficient. You guys can whinge if you want, but every color will have their heyday before this run is done. I guarantee you that much. Some flowers up in this business. Yeah, the nectar actually will remain there until the animation has finished. So if you just load Pikmin onto it, an unlimited number of Pikmin can technically drink from it. Not how physics works, I know. Alright guys, get to work. As you see, now that the team is united, this task is being handled much more efficiently.
Speaking of which, excuse me. Goodness. I just stepped away to get renew my drink, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, you mentioned Dandore is to be efficient and flawless, right?
Yep.
Well, it occurred to me that I'm like, that's just one syllable difference from Rondori, which is my favorite thing to do in Shadowrun.
That is a fair statement. Well, we had our first combat fatality, which is unfortunate but inevitable in this game.
I'm curious to know if there's any similarity in the terms.
I'm not sure. And here we see a familiar item. Or rather, a similar item. Pop.
So, what's the difference between the yellows and the reds?
You are about to find out. As soon as this guy sprouts. Come on, don't be shy. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter, they're obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. So
I forget which ones were the ones that I admit it could just be a meme, but I distinctly remember at least one type of Pikmin, just having the I have no mouth and have a screaming situation going on.
That would be the blue Pikmin, who technically have gills, not a mouth per se. But yes, they have, not only that, they have terrible luck, because all the promotional art always shows terrible things happening to blue Pikmin. Oops. Keep hitting the wrong button. Little out of practice, you can kind of tell. Okay, so...
Oh, is he dead? Is he asleep?
No, he's dead. We killed him in cold blood.
Oh.
I don't know if Pikmin have blood. Maybe they have like a hemolymph.
They have cough syrup.
That's one possibility.
No, you're right. That sounds like something that we wouldn't have. Not a...
I've just made another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. No more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at any one time in any area.
So you can only have 100 at any given point?
Correct.
So they'll just store any amount that you get beyond that?
Yep. In some ways, it's actually kind of more efficient because that way you store them in the onion and you don't have to wait for them to gestate and get pulled out of the ground. So there are some upsides to it, which is kind of what I'm doing here deliberately. As you've noticed, I've been tactfully avoiding collecting this corpse. Until right now. And, because time permits, let's move you guys out of the way, because I'm about to try something insanely risky. So anything involving what I'm about to do is going to be risky, just regardless. Alright. Come here, team no self-preservation.
Oh.
The yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate there is tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. Yes, research of a scientific variety.
This does not seem like science.
Oh no,
This does not seem like...
Oh, this is science, alright.
This is not scientific.
Oh no, there's science happening here. Thermodynamics and chemistry. The glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they knew these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them, but they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. Pikmin I dismissed by pressing X bring their bombs when I call them back. Pikmin I throw by pressing A drop their bombs when I call them back. Keep clear of the explosion. When I touch Pikmin directly, they keep their bombs and they'll fall in line.
So, question then.
Yes.
Are they seriously doing the Al-Qaeda shuffle?
Those
bomb rocks, or do they decide to hop away? I can't really see.
If a Pikmin sees a bomb rock, it will of its own volition try to get away. However, their reaction time varies, and sometimes they escape and sometimes they don't. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin living beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own, but if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure that Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. Come on, guys, hurry up. Bomb rocks to the front, please. Thank you. I have 3. I might be able to pull this off. If I can open us up a nice little shortcut that'll make tomorrow a little easier. If I mess this up, I'm going to have 100 dead Pikmin. You know, let's see what happens. Science.
Wait, what's going on?
This is the end of day countdown. Yes! Success! Okay. We are safe, and I opened the shortcuts I wanted to open. That is a successful day. Nicely done, team. None of us blew up. Bomb rocks are a finicky mechanic, and you're forced to get good with them whether you really want to or not. I've had more than a small handful of tragic accidents, because, let's say, you have a singular bomb rock headbanging in the middle of your Pikmin group. Well then, let's say, I don't know, a yellow Wollywog, just for fun, decides to jump directly into the center of your group, and that bomb rock falls from the now-deceased Pikmin's hand into the middle of the group. Well, that bomb is not inert, it activates, and then it detonates, killing everyone in the area.
You know, I understand that this game is, you know, like 50% tech demo, as you mentioned earlier.
Correct.
But I also have to say, this suggests to me that, you know, mayhap Nintendo is not nearly in that, you know, inscrutably correct in everything they do, as perhaps some people may lead you to believe.
There is something to be said for that, yes.
You know, they have made good things, but, well, they're not gods. Nor would I ever wish to, you know, worship them like certain people do.
Yeah, no, there is truth in those statements, for sure. Anyway, they now join us at the actual impact site, and we are going to start growing some yellows real quick, and we're going to get into today. There's much to do, and little time to do it.
In other news, the professor's yellow fever has reared its ugly head once again.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. It is fever time, all right.
I'm glad that, you can pick that in good humor.
Now, yellows can be thrown higher than any other color. They can also corral...
because they're lighter, right?
Correct. As Olimar observed, they are lighter, and their ears apparently make them a little bit more aerodynamic? Question mark.
How? You know what? I'm not even gonna...
Like a kite, I guess? I don't know.
Wow, that's some political cartoon territory right there. Your Dumbo ears make you better at flying.
So now we're just going to split the difference. That ought to do it. The onions will prioritize flower Pikmin, so when you draw them out of the onion, the flowers will come first, buds will come second, and leaves will come last. So now that we have grown our numbers, we are ready. We're ready to start endangering local wildlife and collecting the treasures that have been lost to us.
So, is this one of the games where you have to, cross-pollinate in order to get the quote-unquote advanced Pikmin, or is that...
No. That started in Pikmin 2, actually. Which, is my favorite installment in the series. But, we'll get to that in good time. So, much as the reds are the best attackers, yellows can be used in other strategic ways. If you let those little guys roar, they awaken their larger counterpart, which we don't want them to do. So instead, we're going to be super sneaky. Guys, stop that. Yeah, Pikmin have a little bit of ADHD in them. They don't really think before they act, they just act.
Well, they only have so many brain cells to go off of.
That is true facts. So, now we have cleared this area. So, the yellows are going to take this guy home. You hear that? They're actually hitting the body's hitbox and rolling off of it. Okay, you guys take that.
Oh, so that's what that sound is.
Well, it's a general collision sound in the game, but in that instance, they're actually just hitting the body. And the game's like, you're really not supposed to be throwing at that angle. And I'm like, well, tough. He's sitting on a freaking root. What do you want from me? Ah, sheer grubs. Don't feel like fighting those hand-to-hand. Olimar is not trained in martial arts, at least not yet.
You don't understand. You need to, hit it at a different angle. You're a dumb gamer. You need to feel dumb.
No, not so much that. It's more like the game has a particular pathing for items, and because the body was like right here in the middle of this stump where two polys are colliding, it was kind of like jittering back and forth.
Yes, I am, thanks to Final Fantasy XIV, I am well appraised as to the interesting interaction of even, having slight variances in Z-axis. And how that, can make even your basic MMO into horrifying / trivial situation.
Yes.
I really feel for Yoshi P, but at the same time, though, I completely understand. And, when I had to explain to my younger brother as he made his way through Endwalker, it's like, why exactly? He's like, why isn't there a level 50 raid? It's like, there technically is.
There are.
You don't really want to... You don't really want to do it, though.
You don't want to be a part of it?
It's not good.
Valid.
It's not good. Having done it.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Please don't play it.
I mean, let's put it this way: we did it, and then someone immediately proposed their girlfriend, and it's like, and we all clapped because it's like, yeah, this is what you do after you beat Lunar Bahamut.
Yep.
Or it wasn't Lunar Bahamut.
It was the weird crazy
Super Bahamut.
Yeah, it was crazy Bahamut and then the crazy lady.
Yeah. That white raven. Good lord. Hey guys, I'm not that tough, but you know what is tough? Having to fight me and also, do a damage check on something else that's not me.
Yeah. This is a female sheer grub. The females actually cannot hurt you, but they will get in the way. And as I'm about to handle bomb rocks, I don't feel like dealing with that today. Kill them all and let whatever deity deigns to preside over this world sort them out.
Rosalina.
Probably. Whimsical radar. This important part to detect location of other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press Y to view. This will surely help me on my search for the remaining parts. I've now covered 3 of 30 parts. 2 more, and I can increase my ship's capabilities. I'm working on it, Olimar. Just give me a sec, bro.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that, he's like, oh, yes, I have my engine, I have my power supply, but, now I need to get, my radar.
Yep. Well, it's really a beggars can't be choosers situation here.
Yes, but I mean, I kind of get the sense that, there's really can't be 30 critical systems. I feel like there's probably going to be a like, oh no guys, I need to get my cappuccino machine. I can't leave without getting my cappuccino machine.
Interestingly enough, you are more correct than you know. Of the 35 parts, of the 30 parts, 5 of those parts, that's what I was trying to say, are optional parts. You can technically clear the game and get a good ending without getting those 5 particular parts. The game does not tell you which parts are optional, and their description does not serve to fill in that gap. So what we need is actually lots and lots of bomb rocks to open a...
I can only imagine that it's the case of I can't leave without my cappuccino machine. My wife got it for me for our anniversary, and I'm going to be in the doghouse if I don't come home with it.
Actually, want to know something funny? 2 of the parts are purely decorative, but Olimar mentions that his children gave them to him, and the game counts them as mandatory.
In that case, I can understand.
Olimar is a good dad.
I can understand that. Yeah, and,
There we go.
Pugum Dad was in the military, and he deployed many times on his own ship. And while he never crashed because, well, he was on a pretty large vessel, I could see him, going out of his way for things that my little siblings made for him.
That checks out. So, the thing about walls is the darker they are, the tougher they are. So that one required 9 bomb rocks to take down. It's the extraordinary bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me of its extraordinary quality that is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary is a secret, but just look at it. Extraordinary.
You got Emperor's new clothes there, Olimar.
Yeah, I was about to say that salesman took you for a ride. Funny enough, that's a mandatory part.
Well, look at it. It's extraordinary.
Clearly. It's extraordinary. Olimar himself said so. So while they're dragging that home, we're going to take a little adventure over this way. This way is dangerous. I actually can't do this way yet. I forgot what this way was. That's going to have to wait. In that case... Yeah, looks like we have one direction we can go, and it's not this one. Whoops. My Dandori is showing.
You're wasting time. Your efficiency meter is going down. Baby Pugum is shaking her head.
This bolt's bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. One more, and this could extend the ship's range. Which I would like to do, because... reasons.
Grandpa Snek's gonna be there at the end of time, and we're like, oh, I wish somebody could be my friend. And she's like, I would have been your friend, but you were really bad at Pikmin 1.
This game came out when you were a little tiny babu.
Actually, it's older than she is. It's older than her by like 2 years. Yes.
That's funny.
Yep.
Okay, we have to be kind of careful, but also kind of fast. Oh no, I have made a terrible mistake!
Uh-oh.
Okay, bomb rocks to the back of the party, please. We have no choice. Why? Well, the bomb rockers did not listen, and the obvious happened. Whatever! So we're taking damage to save time in our speed run.
Hey, you killed him.
I found the Nova Blasters. It's a dazzling burst of light capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel in the currents of space-time, especially through stars and into the rifts of space. That's awesome. We gotta save this part.
And yet the Master Hand still swats him like a fly.
To be fair, he wasn't in a ship when that happened. Alright. Now, we only lost 2 Pikmin. That means, in terms of bomb rock disasters, that one was actually pretty mild.
Oh, I'm just, thinking to myself, in the Smash Brothers Ultimate, Sakurai's, clear bias showing. Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. I can't make another Smash Brothers game because it's so hard to me. I can't stop shipping to Kerbo. Sakurai,
this is a
probably.
weapon of such incredible destructive force that it can blast stars into tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. 5 of 30 parts, increasing the dolphin's capabilities. My searching now cover a wider area.
We are not so proud of this, space truck that you have constructed. The ability to destroy a star is nothing compared to the power of the grill. Being a centrist is superior to destroying a star.
Oh, I see.
Are you seriously gonna be a pizza making chef in our Exalted game?
I've never played a Sidereal, but it would be really funny if I did. I haven't decided. It's going to hinge a little bit on what the others do, and if Noodle Pugum joins as well.
I would love him to do it, but I have a feeling he's probably not going to. He's just really busy.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's life. That's being a Tomodachi bro, is you're constantly busy.
That's life, and that's life. He's having to figure out how he's gonna, get hitched to Mrs. Noodle.
Yes, the eternal Eldritch Queen, may her reign last forever and ever.
Yes, she put her, claws into him. For realsies, as the children of youth say.
Okay, I think we've pretty much cleaned the map, and I don't think we can progress any further today.
Meanwhile, Jimmy's there being like, for realsies? No one says that anymore, Granddad.
FR.
And then Dietaku was like, oh, disappeared. Poof of dust.
Snek, I don't feel so, if I had more time, I could probably... No, I can't. That requires our third set of companions, who are not here yet.
And then Baby Pugum was balling 3-point shots. So
remember how I mentioned idiot Pikmin? Yeah, we have an idiot. Idiots can get caught on ledges very, very easily, and when that happens, you'll have situations like this, where if I was not more attentive, this little idiot would have been left on the planet's surface and become food for nocturnal predators.
You know, as Strongbad once opined, you know, sometimes you got a spinner.
Yeah. So, we have done all we can for today. It's time for us to investigate the next level. Or rather, next area, the next leg of our journey. Off we go. Yep, there are no Pikmin behind for them to eat, because I actually saved the idiot.
Oh.
I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb rock carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X or when I grab one from one by holding A.
But we've already established that.
Yeah, but I think his certain diary entries are plot relevant, and because of our progression, certain ones take priority over certain other ones. So he only just got around to cataloging the yellows.
So is Louis only in the second game, or is he in this one too?
Louis appears in the second game going forward. For this, we will only have Olimar as our sole captain and only playable character.
Okay. See, I gotta say, I feel like he probably has been the victim of the usual internet philanderization.
You'd be surprised.
So, really? Because all I see is, you know, oh no, Louis, are you eating, you know, poor innocent woodland creature? Oh no, Louis, stop eating things.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. Anyway, our first discovery of the day is our third set of helpers.
Ah, yes, the Tomodachi Bros. Pikmin. The ones that are just constantly screaming.
Ones who look for the release of death and do not find it.
And terrible things happen to them.
All the time. It is a Pikmin of yet another color. Near this one's cheeks is what appears to be a set of gills. This trait suggests to me that this blue type of Pikmin can enter the water without any trouble whatsoever. There's only one way to find out. We're literally standing in water right this second, Olimar.
There's only one way to find out. Hey, Blue Pikmin, what are your thoughts on chili dogs?
Get out of here. Show you what's what. I'll deal with you later. Hey, you get out of here. Well, I guess I'll deal with you right now. Why not? So, that is the bread bug. He likes to steal things. Anything he can grab, he will attempt to steal. And the way you defeat him is by playing tug-of-war with him. Thank goodness, my space float. This float's an absolute necessity for any pilot who lacks skill at swimming in space. That is a sentence that makes sense. Now, I do not have 25 blues. At least I don't have that yet. But we're working on it. Swimming in space is an absolute must, you see. Only a rank amateur would go into space and not be able to swim.
Yeah, I'm too busy, you know, can't do shooting V-balls. I mean, that's what Deep Rock Galacticus on me.
You know, it's not too far removed if you think about it.
Stop throwing sweet shots in the little central area. And I'm like, whatever, Central Command, what are you gonna do? Gonna come down here and stop me?
You'll have to come down here and actually do something for once.
Stop having sweet dance parties.
You're not the boss of me. Strictly speaking, I am, actually.
Well, are you gonna do anything about it? I didn't think so.
Come on, get him already. There we go.
Eat babies, eat babies.
There we go. That's full.
There we go. Eat babies.
Seems like sage advice.
Babies are full of that delicious baby meat.
That's a true statement. Okay. Alright. Building up our blues nicely. Blues are important because a lot of parts in this game hinge on access to water. Now, not every part is in the water, per se, but a good number are. So having a lot of blues is mandatory.
Thought occurs to me.
Do tell.
Olimar mentions that oxygen is poisonous to him, right?
Correct.
Doesn't that imply that water is actually, like, some kind of horrifying, like, poison to his people?
We don't know that for true or for ill. Now, there's certainly a case to be made, I would think. Let's get these guys to work, and we can. Where is it? Hey, lazy bones. Hey! I hate it when they do that. Get over here, idiot. I know who the idiot in that group is. That said, that's a maybe, because water is still chemically different than oxygen. And it may be that O2 is what's toxic to them, not just the element of oxygen as, you know, as it stands. So, like, I don't know. I think there's definitely something to be researched there, no doubt about it.
You mentioned, though, that, you know, we know what gas he actually breathes.
No, we have no idea.
Oh, really?
It could be nitrogen and sulfur, for all we know.
I was about to say, I was, you know, musing to myself and like, you know, it would be really funny if it was methane.
You know, the jokes write themselves, really. Okay, so at this juncture, there's a few paths I want
Olimar is secretly San Francisco. Very small space San Francisco.
You know, that explains Hokotate Freight to a T, honestly. Stop it, you all have flowers. Except our idiot, apparently. Alright, now we need to open some paths and some shortcuts.
You would help back, okay?
So, once we do that...
What are those things?
That is a honey wisp. They drop nectar when you disturb them. I'm having a very bad time with this. Yellows, come here. Or don't. You know, that's cool too. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not mad at all. You hit them and they drop nectar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright, where's our idiot? I don't see him on the radar. That's interesting. Well, good luck, idiot. Hope I figure it out before you die. Alright.
Hello? Mr. Olimar! Hello?
Legit.
I'd do anything for you, Mr. Oliver. Anything.
Oh, it's a Pikmin in the ground under the blue onion. Alright, so it's not an idiot, it's a baby.
Perish.
They're not stupid, they're infants. Okay, they're stupid infants.
Hey. That means they just are, you know, it's an additional emergency food source.
Exactly.
Remember, babies are additional meat.
They are. It would be foolish to think of it any other way, really. Oh, I see what you're up to. Stay back.
I can just imagine, you know, the grimace that Cog is having at this right now.
Guys, the heck.
It's like, dude, what the heck?
If they're not additional food, they can be used as a decoy in the event of an enemy ambush. You can throw the baby in front of the enemy in order to distract them in a moment of, you know, desperate courage.
You know, it's funny, actually.
Where are the bomb rocks? I don't remember. What's that?
That is actually a wombat. That is a wombat strategy. If they are out in the open and they have a Joey, they will throw their Joey at the predator in order to confuse them.
Nice. That's thinking laterally.
And wombats are actually really tough. So, unless they encounter very specific creatures like the Tasmanian tiger, most creatures cannot actually hurt them. So,
No, checks out. Alright.
yeah.
So we have opened a few of the shortcuts, and now we need to find bomb rocks to continue opening them. I have to say, the Forest Navel is a dangerous place. The lighting is very dim, and there's a lot of things around here I really don't want to mess with if I can help it.
Yes, but the belly button is in fact very dangerous. But you know, it is a you know, it is a lifestyle that the Dietaku can get behind.
Understood.
I am not entirely about armpits, despite what you seem to think.
It's funnier if I say it is, though.
Oh yes, the legendary flamethrower.
The flamethrower pig, yes. Dang it.
Well known. And
Alright, I'm being a little too cavalier, but you can save them by whistling. But what? Why are you dead? I've dropped your health to 0 like 3 times! That's annoying.
I am the Jesus Christ pig.
Forget it.
I
Load up
come
the
back
corpse.
after 3 days.
You know, the enemies do respawn. I'm still salty about this. It's fine. I was being too cavalier. That's on me. Whatever. I'll own that. You guys just run for it and hope for the best. I'll figure out something. Something is a slight change in trajectory. Okay, good. They at least finished their job. Which at least means we're still maintaining a better than 1 part a day ratio right now. Someone like me has no need for something like this. I might as always be prepared. Really, it's just for emergencies. That's the Boy Scouts, Olimar.
Yay! What are they doing?
They are smashing a bundle of twigs and making a branch path, which will get them over to that gear.
Oh.
I'm going to have to bring back just an army of reds to start cleaning the beach. Enemies will respawn if you wait a few days, but if you kill them, they will be gone for at least a short time.
We need to save, you know, Mrs. Cog here.
I've done the automatic gear. This thing chugs right along its own pace. It makes piloting much easier, giving me time to concentrate on the finer points of space travel. Like the bleak existentialism.
Meanwhile, Cog is once again, guys, what the heck?
Why you gotta be like that?
This entire update is just gonna be him frowning and shaking his head at us.
Yeah, basically.
Mrs. Cog, if you ever hear this, you know, we like you. That's why we're rescuing you.
It's all in good fun.
Besides, you are at least 33% responsible for Gog mellowing out into the fine man he is today.
Okay, we have got to find bomb rocks.
Lest we have gotten, something akin to the Unabomber Manifesto in Cog Saga 2, The Quest for More Ducks.
You cannot trust the ducks, man. They're crazy, and they're everywhere. Okay,
Cog
let's
wants you to know this, but ducks in the park are free.
Just take them home.
Dog, no. Dog, yeah.
That's thin cracks running through it. I tried to fill them with dirt. I hope it'll be alright. Found my number 1 Ionium jet. Unfortunately, this puts out a slightly odoriferous exhaust, but it does propel me to escape velocity in an instant. The cinch is a small price to pay for performance.
You gotta love Dark Saga, the story of Cog fighting Cog in order to gain the powers of Cog.
Because, of course. I mean, really, why else would you even bother getting out of bed in the morning?
Mm-hmm. And his main enemy is this just random duck that just keeps kicking its butt.
Yeah, like the duck always wins is kind of the terrifying part of this equation. Whoops. That's what a geyser does.
He is encountering godlike enemies, including number 2, a demonic clown, Satan, and basically God himself, and yet this random park duck kicks his ass more than even like Satan or demon clowns do.
Yep. The duck is up and away the most powerful enemy Kaga ever faces. Alright, we got 3 parts in one day. Look at this. I might get my Dandori mojo on yet. If this is damaged, I'll be in dire straits. I'll have to run a system check as soon as I can.
Wow, Olimar, this is like the definition of inconsistent. You get your infinite energy gear, and you're like, "Don't worry, guys. I'll slap some,
Slap some dirt on that.
I'll slap some some flex seal on it. It'll be good." To, "Oh no, guys, I have to run a system diagnostic on this thing."
Okay. Thankfully, I also found where the bomb rocks are, so we are well on our way.
But that was, what, 3, 4 parts? That wasn't
wasn't
bad.
That was 3, yeah. Because we got the seat, we got the gear, and we got the Ionium jet. So, yeah, 3 in one day. And, of course, we got the blue Pikmin to join us and built their numbers up.
And you built a number of passageways to make things easier in this area.
Exactly.
A great there, Professor.
Yep, and we're going to use some yellows to bomb rock some walls down, which will make our continued progress into the Forest Navel that much easier. I'll get to you, don't you worry about it.
Coach Z and Baby Pugum would be proud.
4 days since impact. Deep in the cave I discovered in the forest, I encountered blue Pikmin. These blue fellows have something resembling gills on their cheeks, and they appear to be amphibious, surviving both in water and on land. The wonders of nature never cease to stun me, even in this alien land. Alamar sees the beauty in nature. Yeah, I gotta get those blue numbers up, but we're well on our way. This is a good start.